Hello and welcome. I just wanted to show off a few games that I've picked up recently. The first one is Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1. Only problem, well, it's not a big problem, it's in quite nice condition. It's the Platinum version. I'm not too keen on Platinum discs, but you know, it's not bad at all really, so I ain't going to complain about that. Absolutely fantastic game. And that's all I've really got to say on it. You know, it's probably one of my favourite games on the PlayStation 1. So yeah, it was a good find. The next game is Army Men Land Sea Air. Not personally a big fan of that. Well, I've never really played it. What happened is a charity shop I work, they had a load of PlayStation 1 games and they can't sell them, so they just chuck them, and I gave a donation for them and they let me have them. I can't remember how much I donated for it now. It wasn't a lot, but yeah, got quite a few good games. So that's LMA Manager. I've never played that one as well. I'm not really a big fan of those type of games. Next one is Driver 2. Absolutely fantastic game. I never actually, no, I do have a copy of it somewhere. I don't know where though, so just in case I've lost it, I'm going to hold on to this version of it. But an absolutely fantastic game. It was the one where you could move about for the very first time out of the car. We've also got the original Driver. I do have this on the PlayStation 3, like the digital version of it. But I have, because my copy broke due to me not looking after it, so it's fantastic to have it back again. So that's that. Got some more now. Just bring them over. Resident Evil 2. Absolutely fantastic game again. As you can see, 2 platinum games for 30 quid, so it's another platinum one. It must have come in Metal Gears, I guess. But yeah, again, immaculate condition and absolutely fantastic game, to be honest. I don't really need to say any more than that about it. So yeah, it's another great game. Next one up is Gran Turismo 2. Yet another fantastic game. Not a big fan on racing, but I have sort of played it to know it's a good racing game, and I know it's quite popular. So yeah, that's another good one. But as I said, not really something I'm a massive fan of, but I know it's a good game. So next up, this is a really rare, well, I wouldn't say rare, I haven't seen this game in years. I never owned it either, so this is a fantastic find. Medal of Honor Underground. I think this was the second Medal of Honor on the PlayStation 1. I do remember playing the first one, but never played the second one, so as I said, a really good find. The next one up, if you can see, there we go. It's James Bond. No, it's actually called 007. I thought it was James Bond, but it's 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. I remember playing this as a kid actually. It's actually it's an okay game. It wasn't terrible. Quite enjoyable. Not really much more I can say on it than that, but it was a really good game. And the other one is Tomorrow Never Dies. Same sort of thing. This is when James Bond games were actually good because they were made by EA and not Activision. Because I found since Activision have been making them, they haven't been very good. Bring the other lot I've got. This is the last of my PlayStation 1 games. Next up, Time Crisis 1. The very original. They actually did have the gun in the shop that come with it. It was like, what happened was, because I found a load, and I said, oh, it's alright if I donate some money to get them, and a couple of minutes later a PlayStation 2 come in with a load of games. And this was in the box. The case is a bit cracked, and the disc's a bit banged up. I'm going to try it. I haven't actually got around to trying it out yet, but I will have a try and hopefully it'll work. Because I've never actually played Time Crisis. I've got the PlayStation 3 one. I forget the name of it now, but that's quite good actually. You get 3 games, I think. But yeah, still that's looks a good game anyway. Next one up is Medal of Honor, and the original one. I've played this, an absolutely fantastic game. It's not as good as Frontline, I don't think, but I just remember it being quite a good game. Yeah, again, it's a platinum one. I'm not too worried about platinum discs. I just don't like them. I find that I'm not going to complain because it's a good find. So I just never liked the platinum disc, but it's just because I always used to have platinum discs because I could never afford full priced games back in the day. Next up is ISS Pro Evolution. This is not the game, if you've watched the PlayStation 1 video me and my friend did, this isn't the game I was talking about. This one come out shortly after, I think. But I think if this is the one I have, I played it on a demo. It's actually got a good football game. But Konami used to be quite good before PlayStation 3 with Pro Evolution Soccer. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it now compared to what I used to be. But, you know, there's people that like it, so, you know, that's their opinion, really. Next up, V Rally, as you may have seen already. Yeah, again, never actually played this. I remember it being quite a good game, though, from what I read in the magazines and heard from people at school, so hopefully that'll be a good one. I'm not a big fan of racing games, to be honest. Next up is Gex. Which one's this? Deep Cover Gecko. I think this was the third Gex game. I always wanted to play Gex, never got around to it, so now's my opportunity. The case is a little bit banged up, as you may see, a little crack on it. But all in all, the disc's actually quite immaculate in it, which I was quite shocked at. And the final one in the PlayStation 1 bundle, sorry, is Crash Bandicoot, an absolute classic. I have the digital version of this, but you know, when I seen it, I thought I'm going to get that because, you know, it's always nice to have the disc version. Now we're going to move on to some PlayStation 2 games I've got, if I can get hold of them. It's very annoying because I'm trying to hold my camera and yeah, go through PlayStation 2 games. First up, 2003 classic. I will be doing a 10-year look back at this. It's NBA Street Volume 2. This is one of my favourite games, 2003. I mean, I don't think I got it till late 2004 or middle of 2004. But you know, I kind of traded it in and I'm so happy to get it back. 98p that cost me. I was quite happy with that. Next up, this is a game I've never actually played, Ghost Hunter. I'm going to be doing a 10 years on this as well. I have played it today, but I mean I haven't actually gone through it properly. I remember the demo and it actually looked quite a good game. It's kind of survival horror, but if I remember, it's got sort of it's not as bad as like gory as Resident Evil and things like that, but it's got, you know, survival horror aspects about it. Next up is Sean Palmer's Snowboard. I was going to say Sean White at first. Sean White actually is on the game. This case is actually in immaculate condition, and the disc, not even a scratch on it. Same with NBA Street actually, so that was a good find at 98p. But that's not as good as Tony Hawk, but still a good game. Next up, this is, I think, a very rare game. It's Dino Stalker. If I'm correct, it's like the Resident Evil Survivor, because it's made by Capcom. It's the Dino Stalker, Resident Evil. It's like Resident Evil Survivor. The controls are a little bit funny on it. I didn't really get on with them at first, but we'll have another game. It's not in bad condition actually. The disc's in quite nice condition as well. That cost me £3 something. Normally I wouldn't pay that much for a game, but I thought it was quite rare. So I mean, I don't tend to pay. I mean, £3 for some games does seem a lot, but it depends what they are. I mean, I will pay it if I think it's, you know, is the thing, but it depends how beat up it is really. Next up is Splinter Cell. I will be doing a 10 years on video on this because I believe it came out in 2003. I could be wrong, but I remember it was an Xbox exclusive at first, and then it comes to PlayStation 3. It's quite like a big shock back then. I remember playing the demo and actually didn't like it as much as Metal Gear, but I will have another go on it before I do the review, and it might be, you know, something good. The ones I'm showing you now are not from the charity shop. These are ones I've just picked up really from places. Next up is Primal. I will be doing a video on this because I think it was February 2003 it came out, so I'm a little bit behind with it. It's just I happened to see it and thought, remember, it was a 2003 game. It's not really a game I played. I played the demo of it and quite liked it. Didn't like it enough to buy it though. So we'll have a quick go. I haven't got around to playing through it yet, so I will have a quick go on that, and I will probably do a 10 years on video. Last couple of games now. Next one up, I do apologise for the mess in here. Next up is Downhill Domination. This is a game I really liked the demo of and never got around to buying it. I think it's 2000. Well, it was 2003 again, I think. Does it say 2003? I'm just trying to look on the back. I don't think you'll see it on the camera. 2003, yeah. Absolutely fantastic game. It's a bit like SSX with bikes. I will show you when I do a thing. It's just so many games in here, so it's a right mess. I will get around to clearing it up in here. Next up is Rise to Honor, Jet Li. This is a really, really good game. Controls are a little bit fiddly, but yet again, an absolutely fantastic game. And if you like action martial arts type games, you'll love this. That cost me a couple of quid actually. Next up is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I did buy this when it first came out in 2004. I was 17 at the time, so I shouldn't really have been playing it. But I mean, I was 1 year out. Is it 18? Yeah. And this is actually probably a lot of people's favourite Grand Theft Auto. I'm so always torn when it comes to the three Grand Theft Autos on PlayStation 2. I'm always torn between Vice City and San Andreas. So I think this one's got more money, more for your money in it. To be honest, it's got more content overall. I think I just prefer Vice City because it's set in the 80s. The very last game is Ghost Recon 2. I originally had this on the Xbox, the original Xbox. It's actually really quite a good game. It's quite tactical, and you have to really think on sort of ahead of the mission. It's a very hard game, I found. This come with the charity lot, the same as San Andreas. I got I think it was 18 PlayStation 1 games and these 2 PlayStation 2 games for I think it was £2 or £3. I can't quite remember now. There was a lot more games. There was 2 Tony Hawks, 2 and Tony Hawk 2 and 3, 2 and 4. Sorry, no, 3 and 4. Sorry, on the PlayStation 2. But I've got both of those, so I thought it was a bit greedy if I had them all. Even though they really were going to throw them out, so I never got around to getting those. And there were the 2 James Bond games I got in the PlayStation 1 lot was still there. And I didn't pick those up because I thought, well, I've got them. And as I said, with the Time Crisis, they did have the gun, but they can sell those, so I wasn't going to take that because I felt, it's been a bit naughty, really. But no, it's a really fantastic game, and so yeah, that's really all I've got to show you. So thank you very much for watching.